Yeah. So yeah, this is kind of the backstage.
Yeah, yeah,
The kind of backstage. So, how many books did you write?
Well, I have one official book right now, but I've got three other ebooks as well that
On your
that kind of
website, right?
yeah, that kind of accompany all this, and I'm trying to really encompass most of that stuff in kind of the bigger work
All
that
right.
I'm working on. So, but I'm balancing that with client work and growing a small firm and these sort of things. So, my time is pretty limited.
Yeah, I know because it took like 2 months, before this
Sorry,
actual interview. Yeah,
sorry
you
about
were
that.
in
Yeah,
Asia, right?
sorry.
You
Yeah,
were in Asia, and after that, I'm not sure where did you go,
yeah.
but
I've been in Asia for a while. A lot part of the fall, and now I'm back in the United States, working with clients here.
all
But I
right.
still have things going on in Asia as well, so I'll probably be back there soon.
Yeah, but you don't teach this, right? Do you?
We do. We have a course. We have a very developed S&OP course and a demand planning course, and I'd like to add other parts of the supply chain as well. But we typically would run a few public courses in various places. We find more receptiveness to that in Asia. So I've taught this course in China, Singapore a couple of times, Malaysia, Thailand a couple of times, and Indonesia as well. So we're getting some good traction with public courses there. But we also teach it privately for companies as well. And when we do that, we're able to tailor it a little bit more to their specific needs as well. So yeah, we do have the course.
Yeah,
Hopefully
but
someday that'll be online too.
yeah, but what is that? I mean, a 1 week course, something like that?
We tailor it to the individual needs, so it's between 1 and 3 days, depending.
All right. So it's like a conceptual course, right? You don't
Uh,
go to details. You cannot do that in 1 day.
well, I'll tell you, Renzo, I ran a course, a different format, where we brought a few companies together and um, we did some, kind of general S&OP topics, right? And for the first couple of days, and then I worked with each company beforehand to tee up a very specific problem that they wanted to do, and then the class worked together as a team to help the individual companies, so they actually got like real tangible items they could take out of this, right? And this ranged from everything from KPI development to give me, let's work on what my S&OP design should look like for my company, to methods of change management as well. So yeah, so we try to make the courses very practical, even the public courses.
Like a workshop, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Like a workshop. Okay, so it sounds fine. And can you say that you can finish the S&OP process? I mean, they hire you, you work out with the company, and after 1 year, maybe 2 years, maybe 3 months, maybe 6 months, I don't know. Can you actually say, all right, we are done. This is it. This is the process. We got there.
Yeah, I
Can you
mean,
say
we
that?
do. We get to a point that we call it done, but there's always another stage of maturity you can get to, or other things that you can do to be better. So, from that respect, I mean, is continuous improvement ever done? Probably not. But yeah,
And how do you assess the maturity of the companies? Do you have a format there? Like, I don't know,
so
100 questions, you
yeah,
know?
so I mean, best practices is kind of a continually evolving thing. So we're keeping up to speed on those and what companies are doing and how maybe different IT elements are being used, and advances there are being used to support decision making, right? So we take companies through a maturity kind of path, if you will, and we always tailor it a little bit to their individual needs. So it's pertinent to them because best might not be best for everyone, right? Best is always a good place to start. That needs to be tailored to the company's individual situation. But yeah, we take them through that maturity journey, and it's measurable too. And we want them, you can put like, okay, I want to be a 3 at the end of a project, and I want to be a 4 by the time 3 months after that, and 6 months after that, I want to be at a 5. And what are the criteria to describe that? I mean, we go through all of that so we can measure it.
Yeah. So, but you have a kind of a set of questions in order to get that,
We
right?
have yes, we have tools and templates, and we turn things green, yellow, red, and this sort of thing to give them indicators and guidance.
So, did it happen to you that the manager says that the operation goes this way, but when you look at it, I mean, at the floor level, you discover that the process is not the way the manager told you, excuse me?
Yeah, I mean, sometimes when you get into it, you see that situation, or maybe the manager gives themselves a little bit more credit for what's going on than what really is. And so, we just bring that to light and work it going forward with the right people. That's all part of it.
Yeah. And what is the, I mean, sometimes some managers don't like working, changing, the process, the way they are working them. Uh, I mean, is the marketing manager, the sales manager, the supply chain manager, which one is the harder in order to get him into the actual process of S&OP?
Um, I mean, generally, there's the most change management with the commercial side of the organization, and we always have to frame it in terms of what's in it for me. Like how is this going to help me run my business?
Yeah.
Why do I need to do this? And so, we lay that out with them, and then they're a bit skeptical in the beginning, and then as they get into it more, they really see that it's a tool for them. And we always frame it and say, like, look, this isn't something that we're forcing on you. I mean, this is something that we're going to tailor so it really helps you. So what do you need to get out of this as well? So we spend a lot of time doing those type of things.
All right. Yeah, that's what I thought. I mean, if sales manager doesn't like supply chain projects because they want as much stock as possible, and they want the products delivered today if possible. If you have to pay extra money in order to get the products delivered today, they don't care. They talk about service level, something or some things like that, right?
Yeah, and I mean we try to tie it to profitability, customer segmentation, in decision making according to segmentation, business rules, all of these type of things we can work into S&OP type discussions, and we think that it helps them too, and it depends too on how they're incented, right? If they're just incented on volume and not profitability, then they can serve up a lot of unprofitable volume that ends up hurting the company in the long run. So we ask a lot of the questions in those directions as well. And I mean, typically we're working, I mean, sales is one component, but in terms of a sponsor, we'd want to work with a GM and say a global business unit, or a CXO in maybe a smaller, larger company, if I can use that. And depending on the size, maybe it's the CEO that we're working with as well. And sometimes those are, maybe $1, $2, $3, $4 billion companies that we're working with the CEO on, or the COO and the CFO on. Those are critical team members for this type of thing.
What is the major company you've been working with?
Well, throughout our careers, we've worked in chemicals, we've worked in pharmaceuticals, we've worked in
Yeah, but what
high
size
tech.
of company? What was the bigger company you've been
What
working with?
what
The,
size of
the
company?
bigger, yeah, the bigger company. I mean, You've been working with $2 million sales in
Yeah,
some
no, a lot
company,
of times,
100.
a lot of times, we're working in business units of global corporations. So, maybe there's a 20 or $30 billion corporation there, but we're working in a $1 or $2 billion division or $4 billion division, or, sometimes maybe in the 500 to 1 billion as well. Not too much, say under 50 million, but you know, we get calls from those, and we're working with a startup, kind of
Yeah,
right now.
that's
So
why I asked you about the right size of the company before it starts S&OP, right? You
yeah,
remember that question? Because actually, I don't think that a small company can afford an S&OP project, you know?
it depends.
Maybe they can use some principles of the
I
S&OP. All right.
I think
But
I should have added this phrase when we answered the question on the interview, but um, they need to be big enough to have some problems.
all right. That's
Right.
a new one to me. They have to be big enough to have some problems.
Yes. Yeah.
Never heard that before, but yeah, it makes sense. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you, Uri.
Yeah, my pleasure. So, where do you want me to send the book? You want to just email the address
Yeah.
to you, and I'll send you one.
All right. I'm gonna email you. You prefer on email or on WhatsApp?
Email. Yeah, yeah. Email's okay. As long as I search for it in there, I'll remember. But the thing is I got to travel. I won't be able to do it this week because I'll be gone. I mean, I got the book right here. I can sign it.
Yeah, I know that you
Um,
travel around the world, and
but
that's
I
nice.
yeah. So I just maybe I can address it and get it out. At least get it into a folder if I have one, an envelope, and then I gotta run it to a post office. But so it might take me a couple weeks to do
Ah,
that.
it's okay. It's okay.
But
I know that you are a
happy to do
busy man. A busy man.
that. And can I have a copy of the video when you get done with it?
Great. Actually, yeah, sure. As I told you on the email, you are free to use this video in every way you want. Right now, I'm gonna upload on YouTube the both videos, the actual interview, and
Nice.
this in this backstage because this is a backstage interview. So,
Okay.
and so you can download it from there because I plan to. You have you have anybody that can add your your logo on the video, like in the upper left or in the upper left corner, or maybe in the right corner, the upper one. In order to have your logo there.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I guess if I really got into it, I could. Remember, I haven't actually made any movies in a while because I've just been too busy, and I need to update some of the ones on the website. So I could do that, but
Yeah,
honestly,
let
I won't
me
I won't have
let
time.
me try to do that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna upload this. All right, let me. All right.